Hello, and welcome to Taylor's Rapid Food Reviews. I'm Taylor Hardaway, and yesterday I saw that the Just Egg was on sale at Whole Foods for only $3.50, and that's kind of incredible to me because just like 2 years ago, this stuff used to be $9, and I bought it at least sometimes. So it's gone in just 2 years, I think, from regular price $9 to regular price $4 and being on sale for $3.50. So the regular price still might go down. So that's just incredible how far that price has dropped on that. So I decided to do a recipe from Just Eggs website, French toast. So I was at Whole Foods and I looked it up, and the recipe says to do 8 slices of sturdy bread, like a French loaf or brioche. Not sure if I'm saying that right. But anything sturdy will do. So all of their brioche bread had milk and eggs. And so I asked the person there if they had any without milk and eggs, and they said no, they don't have any gluten-free bread. And I was like, ugh. Okay, anyways, I'm going to talk to somebody else. So I asked somebody else, and they didn't have any French bread or any vegan bread that was French or brioche, but they said this Italian bread would work. So we're doing French toast with Italian bread, and the first thing you do is dry out the bread. And it says to do this the night before, but who was ever planning to make French toast the night before? So I'm going to do 8 slices. Of course, slices are always different sizes, and these are all different sizes. If you've got like a good, nice, fresh loaf, they're going to be slightly different. Although these aren't hugely different. Well, yeah, they kind of are. Alright, so 8 slices of Italian bread. And they suggest leaving out overnight or baking it in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. And I also just don't want to wait 20 to 30 minutes to bake it in an oven. So my idea is to turn my toaster down all the way to 1 and just toast it. I feel like that should be good, right? Okay, so while that's going, I'm going to whisk the custard, which is basically just putting all the ingredients together in a bowl and stirring it up. Whisk together the Just Egg, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, and milk. So the Just Egg is 1 cup of Just Egg. So I'll shake that up. And I'll do well, that used up almost all of it. And Just Egg, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon. So 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'll just do like a heaping cereal spoon. So 1, 2. All right. Yeah, I mean, those are dry. I don't know if that's as much as they want me to, but they're dry. Put the smaller ones in. And then you do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I do 1 palmful. There you go. And half a cup of milk. So they say almond creamer is their go-to here. So I'll do almond creamer as well. That'll be my go-to. I'm going to put that in there. And then do half a cup of almond creamer. Oh, and the vanilla. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna take my cereal spoon and do just fill up like a palmful's worth in the cereal spoon. There you go. These measurements don't have to be like scientific. Then we get our bread and we will whisk. So the next thing you do is just line up all of the bread in a baking dish or some type of dish. There you go, one piece is getting left out. Oh well. So soak it in there. It says 15 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes seems like so long, especially when you're like waiting on breakfast. So we're gonna lean more towards the 15 minutes. I'm gonna pour it over it. They didn't tell me to do this, but I'm gonna pour it over it. That might help on the flipping process too. Make sure I get a little bit on both. So you soak it for 15 to 30 minutes, flipping halfway through. And while that's happening, I'm going to preheat my stove, and it says bring a non-stick skillet to medium low. So I'm going to do it like, it was like 2 lows. Okay, do enough. So I'm going to bring it on, put it like halfway between 3 and 4 on mine. And so we're going to do this for about, I'm going to push it to 20 minutes. So I'll do 10 minutes and then flip, and then do 10 minutes, and this should be good to go. And then we'll come back. All right, so it's been exactly 10 minutes. So time to flip once. I think since we did 10 minutes and I poured it over and it said 15 to 30, so I'm thinking that was 10 minutes for the first. I think we'll do 5 minutes for the second, because I already had some of it soaked in it because I poured it on top. So I'm just gonna do 5 minutes for the second one. And like I said, early in the morning, you're gonna wanna get to eating. You're gonna wait like all morning for breakfast. Or somebody else is not gonna wait on you. All right, so it's heating up now, and it's pretty hot. Let's see. No, I'm gonna turn it down to like 3. It said medium low. We'll turn it down to 3. Come back in 5 minutes. All right, so it's been 5 minutes exactly. So it says to coat the pan or brush the pan with coconut oil or butter. So most of the time I probably would just spray it, but I'm going to follow the directions this time and use plant butter. I don't have a brush, so I'm just going to throw some down in there with a knife. Swish it around a little bit. I need a little bit more. Probably, it'll probably taste a little better. You put butter on the French toast, so be a little bit richer taste. All right. And then you fry them. I'm gonna take the ones from these first. Let it drip out a little bit. And fry them for 2 minutes on each side, or until brown. These 3 And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and put this one in there and get that one soaking. In fact, I'll pour some of this into it. I don't know if that'll get the full 15 minutes, but probably close enough. We'll set these on top too. So more of that stuff can just fall into it. That might help. Letting that go for 2 minutes. I'll be kind of exact about that. Alright, there's 2 minutes. Looks pretty good. And I'll do exactly 2 minutes on the other side. Yeah, I guess that butter really does give it like a strong, kind of nice glisten. It's kind of, at least makes it look really attractive. That butter is probably a good idea. It does make it considerably less healthy, but that's okay. It's French toast. Alright, so that's exactly 2 minutes for that. Looks really good. That one's stuck. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit more butter down in there. A lot of non-stick pans, it'll make it where you don't have to do that, but all these unhealthy things that you use to make it not stick, they also taste good. Alright, we'll do a few more. Alright, 2 minutes, I'm flipping. Yeah, see, I like that nice little glisten that the butter gives it. It's making me wish I had coconut oil. I would have done coconut oil. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, these got actually just a little over 2 minutes. It's okay. Redo some butter. I have to do all new butter every time. There's still a little bit in there, but put a little bit more. And then we do our last two, including this guy. Actually, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to pour all of this on there. These are going to get extra. They might end up kind of soggy. I don't know. Probably not, because it'll just cook through. But I want to try that. 2 minutes have passed. Alright. We got a lot of custard mix on this side. So it might stick. But this looks really good on this side. I'm going to move it around a little bit. That might help. I like the extra mix. Upping the recipe a little bit to give each one a little bit of extra mix might not hurt. Just go ahead and use the rest of the bottle. And I think if you did this with just regular sandwich bread, it probably wouldn't be the end of the world. Um, vanilla. Vanilla is expensive. That's what I said in some other recipes. So that would probably be the first thing I would leave out. But even the cinnamon and sugar, you know, that's just an extra thing. Makes it a little bit better. Would still be pretty good. If you just had regular sandwich bread, the Just Egg, and some almond milk, you'd still be like pretty good to go, I think. Some of the excess custard just ends up cooking around the bottom. I don't know, these might be a little soggy. That might have not worked. I'm going to cook them for a little bit extra time. They'll still taste good. I'll cook this side for a little longer. Alright, now those looks more like the other ones. That one might have gotten like well over 3 minutes. I'm going to turn that off and then just let it ride for a little bit. Alright, I think that's good. So I'm going to eat these 2 fresh ones first. Put those on my plate. And I'll do one of the first ones. Still pretty warm. And then it says top with your favorite toppings. So it'll get a little bit of butter, as if it didn't have enough already. Definitely syrup. And if we're gonna be real fancy, let's put berries with it too. Why not? We'll make it restaurant quality for us. I don't know if those are placed well. Good to me. I think this recipe works out really well. Easy, and it gives you another reason to buy Just Egg, which is a pretty awesome little thing that they came up with. The recipe I will put in the comments like I do with all my videos. There is a link to this one, as I just found it on the internet on the Just Eggs website. Tell me what you think. What sort of French toast have you made? What have you done with the Just Egg? What would you like me to make? What sort of differences would you make? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.